5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, people, what's going on? Jay the Black, I'm live again with a special guest. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all know who he is. A lot of y'all have seen his videos. I've seen a good many of them. I haven't seen the ones that you uploaded today. But my guest today is Kid Organic. He's been putting boots to asses to these Bedouins and these lanes. So
what's up, man?
Yeah, what's going on, Kid?
All right.
Let him give him a little short intro to what, like your channel, who you are, and what got you into doing what you're doing.
Well, my channel first started out. Is there echo in the background?
Yeah, at first I could hear me in the background.
Let me see. All right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you good now.
All right, yeah. So my channel first started out just defending black men, and since that time was supposed to leave YouTube, so I ended up just staying because people were so busy trying to get me off of YouTube. So I said, you know what? I wonder, what's going on. So I'm gonna stay. But so far, man, I just been doing these videos, and as I'm doing these videos, I am learning Black America, and I'm just like, wow, like how screwed up of a people we are. So brothers voices like yours and mine is well needed, as well as other brothers in the Black sector of YouTube.
Yeah, I feel that too, because it's like you see these narratives they're trying to push. You have more women coming onto YouTube and they're trying to make content to try to counteract what we're saying, and they're not really answering questions. They're not really debunking. They're more like shaming, and they're huddling up in their groups and they're following behind people who are just completely hypocritical, and they're trying to silence us by flagging and by shaming. And they're noticing that it's not really working because, you have people who are passionate about the things they talk about. It's not as easy to try to push them aside. And then that's what I think they're trying. They're definitely figuring it out now.
Like, what do you mean? Like they're trying to silence black men.
Yeah. Like, you remember when they had this last year, and now with interracial dating, they don't want us to speak on the interracial dating that they do, but
it's a huge double standard. They're offended that you have the nerve to speak out and tell your side of the story, and it's a Black America is one huge double standard anyway, and I've said this many a times where the men, we can't do too much and the women can do whatever they want to do, and like I said, when I do stories on black men or other black men do stories on black men, of course we may be a little lenient, right? Because we're black men. However, we're fair, right? We do call out both genders and we do, problem solve. However, when it's time for the other gender to do it, they don't. They are lagging on it big time.
Yeah, and that's why when you look at what's going on with Michael B. Jordan, I think I talked to you right before we went live. Like, the fact this man had to do a live stream and respond was totally unnecessary,
Right.
And the overreaction to guys like him, not just him, but other black male celebrities who tend to just do what they want to do. They're not controlled. They date who they want to date, and they get a lot of heavy criticism. Like, what do you think about the heavy criticism that him and others get?
Hey, I think it's very, very unfortunate. They're really, really pissed over this Michael B. Jordan, and I understand that the women like him, but Michael B. Jordan never said he was pro-black. I understand that he took a movie role, a pro-black movie role, which is the Black Panther, and a lot of women think he's pro-black, so they're offended. But these are the same women who praise Serena Williams, so it's hard for people like me to be fair when they're not being fair. It's like, okay, I understand your outrage, but where's your outrage with Serena Williams?
Right. There is none. As a matter of fact, they put up a post, the Shade Room put up a post about her husband flying her to Italy to eat Italian food, and he had all these same women who were going in on this guy in the comment section, so in love and talking about they want a man like him and talking about this is who black women should be with, and they're not even answering the question of why were you upset at what a black man's dating, but you will be quick to get you a white man, like a lot of y'all saying in the comment section. You want you a white man.
Correct.
Yeah, shout out to Trevon and my ice is colder and everybody in the chat. I'm gonna put Kiddo's channel in the chat room. Hold on. All the other moderators, get that link and put it in the chat. Just but don't spam, just put it in the chat, because let's see.
Salute, chat room.
All right. You made some videos against, not against, but basically speaking on the fuckery of some of these black female YouTubers. I won't mention names, but y'all already know who they are. The synthetic one, the colorist, Miss Colorist. Like, they make these videos and they never really look at their content and say to themselves, you know what? I'm speaking against interracial dating, even though I've done it before. I'm speaking against colorism, but I'll be the first one to have a biracial child, And I've noticed that they are the type of people who will overlook their own bullshit and want to point out what other people are doing. Always want to hold other people accountable, but not themselves. Like, what do you think about these people? I know you made videos and you said your opinions, but I want you to speak to the audience about that.
Well, first of all, as a YouTube content creator, I don't have a problem with you critiquing black men or critiquing myself. It's our dysfunction when it is recorded, it is open for critique, a dialogue. But once you solely blame black men, that's when you're going to see videos where black men respond. And this is what I'm doing, especially when it comes to this colorism situation, which you're hearing about a lot. And I do want to say this, that there is many colorism activists. It's not just one, right? And so people have different standards, different rules. Some people don't have any rules. However, if you are complaining about colorism, you're saying, listen, light skin and biracials get more opportunities. They're the standard of beauty, and people can actually agree with you in a way, right? Like, okay, well, I understand, what you're saying, but a lot of you guys have taken this colorism argument and you mixed it with racism, meaning that instead of actually saying it's a racism claim, you're saying it's colorism. And the reason why they do that is because colorism is a word only the females use, so that gives them a leg up on you. It's all about competition, trying to outdo you. So while they're trying to outdo you, they're indirectly promoting swirling. So that means so what you're saying is like, okay, well, you're saying that black men are doing something and you're doing the same thing. So therefore your platform is actually a farce. You should take the road saying, well, you know what? We are going to fix ourselves as darker skinned women. Whatever the men do, let them do, but we're going to focus on ourselves. But you're complaining about black men going one route and you're going the same route that you're claiming that he's supposedly going, right? So again, you can talk about colorism all you want to, but when you bring black men in it and you're praising Serena Williams, you have the genre of books where black women are giving birth to billionaire half-breed children and all this buffoonery, the McLaurin twins, and it's like, you have a lot of nerve just blaming colorism on black men. And then Beyonce, her father came out and said his mother told him not to bring a dark-skinned female home. So my question is, when do you guys hold some accountability?
I agree. And that's why I don't get this whole, because I did a stream about this, colorism keeping them from getting a man. Like, colorism is why they can't get certain men. What do you think about this narrative that colorism keeps them from getting the men that they want?
I've said this before. It has nothing to do with your skin color. It's if you are attractive or not, and your character, right? When you talk about mating, and people say, well, why do black men date out? Why do black men don't, not with their women? That's not necessarily true, right? But the black man has a market value, right? Meaning that it's, you know, in America, black men are sought after. So it's not all the time he's hitting on a certain type of female. Other females may approach him, or they may be more feminine. However, when this situation comes up, again, it's only one sided. And if you are attractive, men are going to talk to you. It's not your skin color, it's your character, your attitude, and your look. Well, obviously, it's your look first, because before you talk to the person, you see the person. And because that person may be attractive, that is the reason why you want to approach that person. But it has absolutely nothing to do with your skin color. Does it have something to do with your skin color in Hollywood? Yes. When you go to any black neighborhood, the majority of the women that are giving birth are women of a darker hue, a darker skin color. So somebody is bending these women over.
I see a lot of dark skinned kids running around here. Somebody's mating, you know.
Amen. You know, but it's I use this analogy, man. It's the Kobe and Jordan analogy, right? So
yeah.
they're going to use colorism. They're going to use colorism because they want one leg up over you, black men. They want to be able to actually swirl. And how I found this out is that you have a lot of females on YouTube with smaller channels that are always talking about colorism. And you know, in the video, they're admitting that their boyfriend is Indian or white. So I'm looking like, how can you sit up here and cry colorism? So I said, listen, man, I'm not taking your argument serious anymore. And because of you guys shenanigans, I don't want to hear it. I don't care. I do not want to hear the colorism argument. No, I'm cool.
Well, I've heard something as well. Personally, tell me just about you personally. Have you seen black men prefer lighter skinned women over dark skinned women?
Black men just like women. It doesn't matter. Black. How many videos have black men made about other black men saying raise your standards? Like, black men to date anything, our standards aren't high. So of course he'll approach a dark skinned woman. It's not their skin color. It's the way they look, and it's their attitude. It's their character. It's their reputation. Right? Of course the guy is going to be attracted to the woman or the group of women who are more feminine. Period.
Okay. Well, looking at YouTube now, you have a group of males who are taking upon themselves now to make videos in defense of black women because they feel like we're not holding each other accountable, right? What do you think about these guys who want to come along and they want to side with these women against us, saying that we're not holding each other accountable and they are here to hold us accountable?
Well, those are what you call simps, right? And they disguise themselves by just saying, well, I'm speaking up for black women. When all you have to do is look at YouTube and black men go at it with black men all day long on YouTube. Black men call out black men all day long on YouTube. That's not true. He just want to put his 2 cents in because he feels as though that you're talking about his mother or his sister. Period.
Okay. Do you think self-hate is taught from the mother and the women or the men in the family?
It's the mother, because the mother.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, Jay.
No, you go ahead.
Okay, no, it's the mother, because the mother is the first transmitter of culture. So it comes through her, right? And and that's the reason why we have a lot of these these situations in Black America. All this stuff going on, and it's a huge colorism debate. It's like, bruh, it's a lot more, in my opinion. I've just think it's a lot more going on versus just sitting around crying about colorism all day, every day.
Okay. Well, shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all got to get these likes up. I mean, 44. Come on, people. We got like 125 in here. We got Kiddo. Make sure you like, and y'all can also
chat room.
All right. Make sure y'all put some comments in the chat. I'll relay it back to Kiddo. Now, I've made a lot of changes throughout YouTube, right? I went from my red pill rage to speaking about, what goes on, trending, this and that. Do you feel like men in general, like from your viewpoint, from being on YouTube as not only just a commenter, but now making videos, do you see change in men, or do you think men are still at a point to where we're still trying to find ourselves? Because I see a lot of guys, man, they kind of going in circles, We can make as many videos trying to wake them up, but some of these guys aren't going to be woke up. Then they get mad at us when they get mad at us when we sort of be like, yo, you gotta change certain things. Don't mean you gotta change who you are as a person, but there's just certain things about you that you need to do better at.
Yeah, definitely. There's a huge segment of black men out here that you can't say it's over. It's a wrap. For example, I do the black men who love white men sloppy second series, right? Meaning that black men date black women who date white men. You shouldn't do that. And now you look at all these events that has happened, and I'm proven right once again. It's like, listen, these women are pretty much scarred, and when they get out of these relationships. I understand that it's hard coming behind Tyrone, but when she's used to dealing with Caucasian men and you date her, it's a whole new ball game. And you'll have men come to my channel and argue that and say, well, all women are sloppy seconds. And it's like why are you defending that? And and what's going on right now with this IR relationship, which I do believe black women have messed up the IR game. All of this worship and all of these white men killing black women, they have totally messed up the IR game.
Yeah, man, they got this story about the girl that got stabbed by the white guy. Like, I just want to know.
What do you think about that?
Honestly, I mean, I haven't seen the full story, but from what I view, it seemed it was random, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was super random. Yeah.
Like, it tells you, like, you still have a segment of sisters who still believe that white men care about them more than black men do, that white men are more caring and loving, but you forget that they still can do psychotic shit like walking up on you and stabbing you and your friend.
Sister, that was her sister.
That was a sister?
Yeah, okay. That was her sister.
Well, I was just saying in general,
Okay.
And I just don't understand this whole worship, this whole pushing a swirling agenda when you know damn well that white men are men just like anybody else. And you got all these women who follow behind them talking about, I want a white man. Look at who Serena's with, and it's just, and then you want to hate who black men are with. It's like this day and age, it's like women can do no wrong, They can be hypocritical. They can point the finger at us and people be like, yeah, you're right. Be hypocritical. You're women. It's like the word of a woman means more than anything a man has to say these days. Like, you can accuse a man of anything, without having proof.
Right. I talk about that a lot. I'm pretty sure you remember this. It was last year or sometime around that time when what's his name? Tyrese, he got married to a racially ambiguous woman, and they had a fit. And then after that, Serena Williams, shortly after that, I think it was a day or two later, Serena Williams announced that she's engaged and pregnant. And I mean, they threw this entire huge party on social media because Serena Williams was having a mixed breed child. And it was like night and day. You were just barking at Tyrese, and now you are congratulating. So there is a huge hypocrisy going on, and it's on display for everyone to see. And so now you're starting to see videos where the women are checking the women because it's about time. It's like, listen, it's about time you take back your image.
Yeah, man. I mean, Serena's taking all these different photos with her kids, showing it off. It's like it's a prize, and it's weird. It's weird to see women just put their kids on a pedestal like that.
Hold on, Jay. Isn't it horrible how she did her father? Like, everything he has done for her. Isn't it just horrible? It's like, wow, what the hell?
He didn't even feel comfortable being at the wedding because I think they made him uncomfortable.
Well, I mean, he spent this whole time defending her when they were saying she looks like a man, she's a transsexual, and the only reason why she had that child is to prove she's a woman. And he protected her, man. When the commentators were calling her monkeys and gorillas and apes, so
yeah, he had their back, her and her sister, when nobody did, and it's almost like they don't care. They out there in Europe and all these other countries, and they want to be like these other women, date these guys. Like, I don't even think her sister has ever dated a black man. I don't even think Venus has ever dated a black man.
And that's fine. See, here's the thing, Jay. Like, I have never told like black women not to date white men or anything.
Uh-huh.
I don't care, right? My thing is that stop trying to use black men as a scapegoat on why you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just have some responsibility, take responsibility, and say, listen, I worship the skin color white. Period, and it is what it is. Stop trying to use black men, um, using black men as a scapegoat for your dysfunction. Just say, listen, I watch TV a lot. I see white people always smiling on TV. In my home growing up, it was a lot of issues, and I've seen white people have a better time. And I feel as though if I date, marry, and hang out with white people, I can blend in and I will be accepted. And as you can see, you would never ever be accepted ever.
Okay. Let's talk about single mothers, dating single mothers. Like, you think that it's mostly in the black community that you're seeing men dating single mothers?
Uh, well, yeah, because single mothers, because single mothers are easy. Unfortunately, this is true. They're easy as far as sex. They're easy to get in bed. They're a single mom, so you see a lot of black men dating single mothers. I don't think it's really. I don't think it's really because he care about her or anything. A lot of these black men, they feel as though it's easy prey. If you are asking, should black men date single mothers? I don't think so. If you want to, that's on you. You make the decision, but I don't think that's a route black men need to go. Black men need to be focused on himself.
Okay. Let me ask you a quick politics question real quick. I want to ask you this. Now, you made a video a while back about Mexicans, right? Because I've talked about that here and there over there on the West Coast and how they've basically taken over a lot of communities that used to have black people in it. And then you have Trump talking about building a wall. How do you feel about the relation between blacks and Mexicans there? And what do you think about Trump trying to be harder on immigration?
Well, first of all, I didn't vote for Trump, but there are some policies that that he's trying to implement, like immigration, that I do agree with.
Mm-hmm.
The blacks and Hispanics relationship has deteriorated, right? Because when I was growing up, we got along, and as this immigration situation started happening on a larger scale, people are fighting for territory and respect and jobs and resources, which is understandable. But LA is a different type of city, meaning that in other parts of America, blacks and Mexicans just may get along. Like I heard blacks and Mexicans get along down south. In LA, because of it's just really different, even with the gangs and how the Mexican gang members went after and attacked the children. You get what I'm saying? And they had help from the government, because the government put in gang injunctions, meaning like which they should have put gang injunctions in a long time ago. But what they did was they did it after the pretty much invasion of the Mexicans. So the black communities couldn't fight back. So what they would do, the guys that would go out and check the disrespectful Mexican or the disrespectful immigrant that can protect the community, he got locked up. So they would come in, lock him up, and put cameras in their neighborhoods and watch them. So it wasn't just this idea where they came and they just pushed black people out. Like, no, it was a government intervention. And not only that, I've said this before, black people hire undocumented immigrants. I don't know whether it's to save money or they think they can trust them more, but black people play a huge role in it also. Everyone has played a role in it. But, as far as me, like, no, we grew up, fighting. I fought a lot of Mexican men growing up. I've said this many times. I fought a lot of Mexican men growing up, man. I remember the Black versus Mexican War. And I remember one of the first things they were saying is we better not see a Mexican girl with a black guy or we're going to shoot him. So when I first heard that, I was like, these guys are insecure. Like all this stuff going on and y'all worried about some female, right? So, yeah. And so when I talk about immigration and I have a problem with immigration, I'm talking about it firsthand. It's not a trending topic for me. I'm not waiting until it gets on CNN or the news and I want to talk about it. Like, no, this is a topic that I take seriously.
Yeah, because I'm on the East Coast and I followed the activity there very closely. I've watched various shows about gangs, especially there in LA. Shout out to the Blackest Night. And I've been looking at it from afar, and this is some years ago, before I was making videos, and I saw how troubling that shit was. How they were all in these neighborhoods, and you had stories of black people literally saying that they moved because they had issues with Mexican gangs. And I noticed that, but people want a black and brown coalition. Like, do you feel like in 2018 people can have a black and brown coalition?
Hell no. You gotta do for yourself. Why do black people always want to group up with people? Do for yourself. The main people talking about black and brown coalition are black people. Show me Mexicans, show me as many Mexicans or Hispanics or immigrants talking about the black and brown coalition like black people. Black people have this complex where they can't do anything for themselves, by themselves. They always have to include people. It's sickening. How many times do these other cultures have to put their foot in your rear end for you to say, listen, I'm done. I wash my hands. It's like black people love abuse. These people do not like you. Do you know how many stories that has came out of LA of Mexican gang members attacking black children, innocent children? One famous story happened on the east side of Los Angeles. A little black girl was on her bike, in her front yard, and some nut job rise up on her bikes and shoot her in the head. So, you got to understand warfare. When these people are trying to take away the little bit of resources that you have and shooting you down and running you out of your neighborhood, and that's an act of war. Why are you talking about a brown and black coalition? It's nerve-wracking, dude. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, I saw an interview I believe Jesse Lee Peterson did with this black woman. She had recently became, I believe, the mayor of South Central. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I think you're talking about Compton.
Compton, yeah, I think and she was being interviewed by Jesse Lee Peterson, and he asked her about that, and she would not answer that question.
Yeah, because you got to understand something. It's very liberal, and see, a lot of these Hispanics have put money in these politicians' pockets, right? So, and not only that, they need these undocumented immigrants in the Hispanic vote to stay relevant. So, of course, they're not going to say anything. That I don't know if did you hear about the Democrats a day or two ago apologizing to black people, talking about they admitting that they took advantage of the vote. Like these are slumlords. These are a group of unfortunately they're black, but black people sell out black people. Even during slavery, you had black people selling out black people. This is what black people do. I listen. I don't care if it's not raining. I don't care if it has rained in your city a whole year. I don't care if if you are hungry, you haven't ate a day. Whatever. You will always find, if you can't find anything else, you can always find a black sellout, dude, and it's unfortunate.
Speaking of black sellouts, let's talk about the black preacher. Now, I made a video about, I think I made a video recently, maybe a couple months ago, about black men in the church, and I talk about black preachers here and there just to speak on a point and how they make this money in black communities and they put none of it in the black communities. They take it out. Like, what do you think about the fact that even nowadays black preachers still get a pass for not only sleeping with all the women in the church and some of the men, but also taking the money out of these communities and not putting anything to it, and no one holding them accountable? No one talking about their scammers,
Yeah. I told you guys that I have family members that are gang members, okay, that are active gang members. So when we're together and we talk about stuff like that, family get together, right? And a lot of the and my cousin said something once, and I said you're 100% right. He said people are always talking about my life and what I'm doing. And he said, no one ever talks about the pastor. And I said, he said, those are some of the biggest gang members ever. Yeah. And he's 100% right. And how the church, and I remember going to church when I was younger. And I do remember the tray being passed around 3 and 4 times. Yeah. I do remember the choir singing for 3 and 4 damn hours. So I understand there's one big show for them to get your money. But they don't care about the community. What they do is they take money from the community. they suck the community dry and go off and do other things. It's really horrible what they have done to Black America and Black communities, and I do put them in the same category as Bloods and Crips.
Yeah, I have to too, because they do muscle people now. They got people who will go and do their dirty work for them. You know, a lot of these guys are hero worshipers. You got the deacons and everybody else in the church, and you know, these pastors run their churches with an iron fist. You know,
and not only that, the Black man isn't in church. The homosexual. See, when you go inside these Christian churches, the majority of the people you hear brothers say, "Well, I'm looking for a woman. I can't find a woman." Man, go to the church.
Yeah,
the church is full of single, horny women, along with very thirsty, right? And the Christians, you know how the Christians do. They, you know, they'll be going to church with each other and sleeping with each other. That's how it gets down. You know, that's how it goes down. So yeah, church is nothing but a club. You know, you pay your fee, and it's a, you know, I'll never forget. I went to a Christian church. This is when I was much younger, when my family did go to church, and I'll never forget. This lady was right in front of me, and she had on leggings. And can you imagine trying to pay attention to the pastor and you got this big, fat, round, really nice looking ass in your face? It's like, dude, it's like, wow, this is a nice ass.
Yeah. You ain't paying attention to nothing that pastor saying. You just looking at it, right? If you can't, them chicks like that, they come to church dressed to impress, man. I've seen a couple photos of chicks, man, nothing but you can tell that's the dress they wore to the club the night before. Then they Sunday
pretty much, yeah. So it's just a show, man. That's all it is. That's the place that you know, you shouldn't take serious. And now it's so out of hand. They can't do anything for the community now if they really wanted to. Why? Because no one respects them or trusts them. So if they decided to, you know, if they decided to get their act together one day, it's going to be hard to sell it. Yeah.
Now let's talk about Black leadership in the community. The Detroit 300 was something that was meant to be leadership for Black men in these communities. And now you see how quickly that was dissolved. Looking at these communities now, man, and you got Black women who are saying Black men need to be leaders. They need to go out and build something. Do you think that we're, as Black men, do you think that Black women will appreciate us going out and building and actually leading the community? Or do you think that's just lip service?
That's lip service, man. Black men are great builders. Of course, you have Black men that don't want to do anything, but you do have a lot of Black men that are leaders. However, he's undermined. His leadership is undermined by the Democrat Party, by the pastor, by his woman, and by laws and by 911. The Black man has a different set of problems than any other Black man on this earth. The Black American man. You know what I'm saying? So if she doesn't need your leadership, she has the law. She has a lot of things on her side where she can cut you out. Like, I mean, let's just keep it a buck. It's just people who didn't make right decisions in their life, and they want to blame everyone else for their problems. It's like, listen, I understand that men are the leaders and they are supposed to lead, but you can't go out there and just deliberately do things, and then people ask you why you do it. You say, well, because Black men are the leaders.
Yeah, because I hear this argument whenever you are breaking them down. They say, well, y'all need to be leaders. You know, look at what white men are doing. Then they'll say, well, you're trying to be like white patriarchy, you know? And I'm like, well, wait a minute. You say we should be like white men, but then you're saying that we're trying to copy the patriarchy. It doesn't make any sense. It's almost like they don't know what side of the argument they want to be on. So they just throw anything against the wall and hope that it sticks. And I noticed that a lot. That's how you know, losing an argument.
Like Joanna, man, she does that. Joanna, man, always wants to compare Black men to white men, and then when you bring up patriarch, she said, "Oh no, I don't want a patriarch. I want a what she call it, like a team, like not a team. It's
like a
partnership. I forgot how she call it, you know. But they want to compare you to white men. It's like, listen, don't compare me to white men. They do their thing, you know. They do what works for them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, because Black people look at white people as the, you know, standard of living, the way to go. And it's just unfortunate. So anytime anything happens in Black America, the women are going to put the black man against the white man to try to make you feel like you're less than. But if you know the truth and you know what's going on, you was raised right, you can connect dots, you can put two and two together, you know what they're doing. And you can side swipe it and say, you know what? You can't touch me with that. And that's not going to work here. Like that beta male coon and all that. That doesn't work with me, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that stuff,
All right, let's stay in the community for a second. What do you think about these foreigners who be bullying black people in their own communities? I can't tell you how many videos I've seen of these foreigners bullying black people in their own communities. What do you think about that, man? Shout out to Gourmet Thursday.
Like, what do you mean bullying? Like putting
girl steals out of Korean store and the guy who owns it is tackling them down, or you got a guy who, I saw this Asian guy get in this black dude's face and tell him to get out of his store, and I've seen a girl literally get beat with a belt by an Asian because they thought she stole and she got stripped, and none of the black people around did anything. Like, do you think that contributes to why these sisters may feel the way they do about us, like respect-wise, that we're not standing up for the women around us, or you just think that that's just the mindset of people in these communities?
That's just the mindset. Black men do defend and stick up for black women, all the time. But if you're gonna listen, man, why should black men fight the same men that you're sucking? A lot of these women that are being beat up in these salons, they're laying up with these men to get free hair, free weaves, and all of this stuff. So this idea that, well, I'm being beat up in the salon and you're not doing anything. No, there's videos that has been uploaded where black men went and checked the men of the beauty salons. And not only that, I did a story about Nipsey Hussle having a weave shop, and they'll still go and purchase from the Asian guy versus the black guy. So you have competition. The black guy said, listen, I'm going to set up a weave shop, so come in and purchase from me. But no, they're so used to buying from Asian people. There's people, listen, man, if black people really wanted to put money, stop the flow of money going inside of the pockets of Asian, stop supporting them. When there was a story 2 weeks ago, where they wanted to put a homeless shelter in Koreatown. I think it was Koreatown or Chinatown. The Koreans or the Chinese came out and protested it, and they never did it. And that's what black people have to do. When they bring these liquor stores and these fried chicken spots in black areas, you have to vote them out. Shut them down. You got to shut them down, because they're beating up your 13-year-old daughters. They're shooting at you. They are disrespecting you. They're following you. They're following you all over their store, making sure you don't steal. They're tackling you. They're trying out all the latest WWE wrestling moves on you and shit. Like they'll see wrestling, the night before, and then the next day they'll try some moves out on you. And they're in the next month they're still open. Yeah. And that goes back to what I'm saying, that black people don't make other ethnicities pay. The only people that black people make pay are other black people. Right.
Because I've heard excuses why they don't patronize black businesses. They'll say, well, the customer service is bad, the quality isn't good. But I'm like, well, you will still support people who have a disdain towards you. I don't get that.
Yeah. It's a sickness. Since I've been on YouTube, being a content creator, and I started doing these stories, I've learned that maybe you see this too. Like, do you feel like there's a certain segment of Black America who worship white people, who just can't get enough, just can't get enough abuse?
Yeah,
like they love getting their ass kicked by white people.
It like that video of that girl getting smacked by the Asian guy. What was that, a Popeyes or something? And she just stood there and she got quiet. He smacked her and she got quiet, and she didn't say nothing. She was looking around, and people are like, you got hit in the face, like the guy that was recording. And she looking around like, I got hit in the face, really?
Embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, and I bet she came to work early the next day. I mean,
yeah, it's yeah, totally. You 100% right. It's like hello, like if these people have shown you their rear end. I mean, seriously, and it's time for you to show them yours. Stop supporting them. Stop taking their stuff. You know, stop thinking that they're better than you, and that has a lot to do with black parents too. You got to install that in your children, man. Self-respect, self-esteem. It's really bad out here, JD Black.
Yeah, I've seen it. You got women walking around with blonde weave, and they're now trying to put extensions and weave in their own young 2-3-year-old daughter's hair. I've seen that too, man. Trying to mess their self-esteem up before
at a young age.
Yeah, at a young age to where they're ruined. You know, now all they want is the validation of a white man. All they want is biracial children because of what you're instilling in them. Now, let me talk about this. Let's talk about dating overseas. Like, are you a big proponent of men just going to Brazil and maybe some of these other countries to search for a good time or a girlfriend or a wife? What do you think about that?
I just think black men should do whatever black men think that make him happy. If he think going over, it's his life. He has to live this life. If he think going overseas is better for him, that's what he thinks. You can't tell him what to think. You know, I mean, look at America. Who would, if you had an opportunity, or if you wanted to just get up and leave and just drop your job and everything you have to go and just spend the rest of your life on an island or a foreign territory? Why not?
I mean, I'm saying, I get asked that question a lot about. And to me, it doesn't really matter because a lot of women are pretty much more of the same than different these days. And I'm for, you know, just going out and just having a good time, just living your life. You know, you only got a short life, you know, you got to live it the best way you can. And instead of worrying about who somebody is sleeping with, like what's going on nowadays, everybody's concerned about who somebody is sleeping with. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this, man. I'm gonna take y'all got to give me some questions in the chat again, but I'm gonna ask you this though about your channel, kid. What do you want to do long term? What are your goals? Are you gonna stay? You said you was thinking about leaving last year. Are you gonna be? Is this what you're gonna be doing the long haul? Like, what is the goal?
Just to reach is pretty much reach a certain type of black men, you know, because I'm not going to reach all. I told you, you know, I've said this many times that I'm not, you know, everyone's not going to like you. There's people who's going to listen to me that's going to say, okay, I like his content. I like his style. I like what he's saying. You know, I'm going to support. And then you have people who don't like it. So my main goal is to talk to the brothers that pretty much fit my style, understand what I'm saying, because everyone's not going to like you. So this idea that I'm going to reach all black men, or I don't even want to reach all black men. If you want to listen. If not, you know, I understand that type of stuff.
Yeah, people ask me, you know, Jay, why don't you have, you know, more people on your channel? Why don't you go out and talk to different people? I'm like, you know, some of these guys, man, to be honest, man, a lot of these guys are full of shit. So why
I agree.
Talk to them and be around them when I know that they probably have my name in their mouth and they're probably talking about me to other people and things of that nature, or they may not respect what I'm doing. I don't want to talk to those people. I don't want to be around those people. I want to be around people who understand what I'm saying. I understand what they're saying. We have that mutual, you know, thought process, because I'm not going to just interview everybody. I'm not just going to talk to everybody. I know some of y'all don't like that, but that's just my reality. Okay.
Right. Totally.
Because I understand that some of these guys, man, they know damn well they're beta males, they're Captain Saver, and I have no speaking to them whatsoever. I don't care if they're your favorite YouTuber or not. They're not mine, so I'm not gonna talk to them. And you are right; you can't reach everybody. You know.
Oh, right.
Yeah, man. But I ain't want to hold you. But go ahead and say what you was gonna say.
No, I was saying about you. You do a lot of videos and you get your views. So I know you have a lot of subscribers also. And sometimes it was a video I seen, and it was a female, and she was critiquing your video. And I'm like, well, why do they have a problem with JD Black? Like he's mild. He's mild compared to me. Like he's really mild. So yeah, there's some people that, you know, that you touch their nerves, and they try to make it seem like you're.
That's the thing. But that's the thing. I don't need to go hard because I can be as calm as can be, and I can hurt their feelings, and that's enough for me. I don't need to be like I was when I first got on YouTube. I just need to be me now because I know if I was who I was then, I know that these heifers will be making video, especially if I show these heifers would make video after video after video about me. You know what I'm saying? So all I need to do is calmly speak to them and in a certain way, which is facts. That's why they get hurt, because of facts, and they don't like the facts.
Right. And yeah, because I was like, well, why is she going in on JD Black? You seen the video, huh?
Honestly, no, nobody sent it to me. I don't.
I'll send it to you. Yeah,
I don't. I don't engage in some of these people, but I mean, you can send it to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. I was thinking, like, well, like, okay, that's his opinion, but dude don't go nearly as hard as the other brothers on YouTube. Yeah. You said some things that got under her skin.
Yeah,
you got up under her skin.
I know how to get in there. I know how to get in their head, and that's what they don't like. You know. I speak to him like a psychologist, you know.
What is that? You did a video about Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
And so pretty much, because I was like, well, I didn't understand the situation. I knew that he was, married to her for a while, but you and some other brothers felt as though that she just got on him to secure the bag.
Yeah, because honestly, man, They don't have.
And that video, hold on, and that video did well. I think you got 466K, something like that.
It's about 600K.
Yeah, something like that. Video did damn good.
Because I'm like, who looks up Kevin Garnett videos? But I guess people saw, the title or the thumbnail and say, well, let me see what this guy's talking about. And I got a lot of criticism. I think there's a lot of people criticizing me. There's a lot of dudes criticizing me in that video. That's odd to me. It's a lot of dudes upset.
It's sad. It shows you. It shows you the condition of black men. I agree. It is sad.
Because I got a comment. I got a notification yesterday. This guy was upset, and I made that video and said what I said. I'm like, dude, why are you hurt? Like, you're a grown fucking man.
Yeah, you have to understand something. A lot of things. They hear. People, meaning the viewers, they hear. It fits their life, so they get mad and they attack you, because really a lot of them, they're going through that as we speak, right? So a hit dog will holler.
Yeah, and they definitely hollered the way that video went. I noticed that they were trying to dislike it too.
And you were pretty much saying that, listen, if he wasn't a basketball player, he wouldn't have got a female of her caliber. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right, so you have a lot of men that feel as though, okay, well, I may not be attractive, and the only reason why I have this beautiful woman is because I have money or a great car or a great career or whatever, and they feel that type of way, and they feel that it may be true, and so they attack you.
Yeah, I know it'd be other videos too like that. They have a girlfriend who's unattractive. They living off of her. She works. They sit at home. And they get on Wi-Fi and they go in these comment sections and chat rooms and talk shit, because that's their life. Their life is to be with the woman that they're with, and they don't want to be with her, but they ain't got no other choice. A lot of these guys are just like that video I seen on World Star, that guy begging that girl not to leave him or not to kick him out the house. That's a lot of these dudes' life. That's their life.
Amen. Totally agree. And they're attacking other black men for simply having an opinion on it, and they feel like you're talking to them. It's like it's like it's like the females when they come to my channel. It's like, listen, if you don't fit that description, what's the big deal? It's like if you say something about black men, and if I don't fit that description, I'm not gonna. It's like, okay, whatever.
Exactly. So if I'm not talking about you, sir, then why are you upset in the comments? Why are you trolling? I remember this one guy on my other Jaye Black live stream channel. This dude, I don't know if any of y'all was there that day. This guy came in my chat room with at least 6 or 7 different accounts, and he had his girlfriend's photos in those accounts, because she had, I guess they had a channel together, and she had her own separate channel. He was using her channel to troll me. I'm like, dude, you that hurt? God damn.
Hey Jay, yeah, who are raising these guys?
I
Like,
don't know
she's
who's
like, dude, you
raising them.
got too much time on your hand. Yeah,
Too much
I
estrogen.
used to get cursed. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They got too much estrogen in them.
Right, I got cursed out for black men. Cursed me out for the Willie D. They said, "Well, you know, I bet you,
Oh,
I bet you Willie D will beat your ass." I'm thinking, like, dude, what does that have to do with this situation?
so they want Willie D to fight you now.
Yeah, dude came in and said Willie D. He said Willie D will beat your ass.
Those are what you call male groupies, man. And I've dealt my share of male groupies, man. These
Yeah, they
niggas
don't like.
got
But you know what? That comes from that. But majority, a lot of that stuff come from the pro-black sector.
yeah, yep. Black women are queens. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the dashikis and worshiping the black women who don't even like them, who laugh at them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they don't respect those guys.
Nope. Black women will
Oh,
sleep.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
It's about the colorism crybabies, because that's what I call them. I call them colorism cry. Do you think the colorism argument is similar to the pro-black argument? Do you feel like it's some similarity?
I think it's similar to them saying, well, we need to praise the darker skinned black woman. So those are some of the similarities. You got the black women in the conscious community that want to be celebrated as queens, and you got the dark skinned women who want to be put up on a pedestal. But none of them are really pro-black. Like the colorists, none of them chicks is pro-black. They got a head full of weave, biracial children. They've only been with one black man in their life. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about them trying to get attention and praise, for once in their life,
And the pro-blacks, they blame white supremacy, and the colorists, they blame black men.
Yeah. They blaming in the conscious community. They have to put the blame on somebody, so they want to put it on a white man. And with these colorists, they put the blame on black men, because who else they gonna blame? They ain't gonna blame nobody else. Can't blame themselves. Can't look themselves in the mirror. So they're gonna go at black men because they think that's the easiest target.
What I used the Kobe. I was supposed to tell you this earlier. Was the viewers also, but I kind of went over it. But yeah, I treat the colorism argument like the Shaq and Kobe. I mean, not the Shaq and Kobe argument. The Kobe and Jordan situation. Mm-hmm. Kobe wanted to get one over Jordan. Kobe wanted to get one over Jordan, so he chose the number 24. He got 5 rings. He was trying to get 6 and 7. He never quite got there. He was trying to, and that's the colorism argument. They're trying to get one over you, and they're not going to get it. They're trying to use colorism to get that one over you, and they're just not going to get it. It's just not going to happen. They're trying to replace the word racism with colorism so they can get one leg over you.
Yeah, because they want to shame people into wanting to date them and praise them, put them on pedestals. But you got to understand, the same men you're chasing has that power to do that. But do they do that? No.
Yeah, I mean, totally. It's preference. They want to control the dating market. It's preference. It's like, okay, like Shamara, Love Island. I don't know if you heard about the black female who broke down crying because she didn't get picked on the Love Island show.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's like if she wants something, it's her preference. Now let's replace her with the black man. If he did that same thing, he would be a colorist beta male coon.
Oh, they'd be making videos all day long. That was a brother.
Right. And so who judges? So my question is, who judges if, like, who determines if the black guy likes her because he's colorist or that's his preference? Like, I don't know. It's this new I don't know if you heard, it's this new dating show, and it's dealing with black men and black women. It's a black pastor, and the black pastor came out and said that they're having a problem with the black men of the show because they're requesting white women. And in that same article, it says the same thing about the women. They're saying, well, some of the black women are requesting white men. So are they colorists? Or so are the women colorists, or is it their preference? Or the men are only colorists, and the women, if they choose, you get what I'm saying? It's like, who makes that distinction?
Well, in that situation, they're going to say the black men are colorists, but they'll say with black women, they say, well, it's their preference. There's not enough black men. They'll have excuses for days, but black men, they colorists all day.
Correct.
Yeah, they hate black women.
Yeah, so Samari, her name is Samara can boohoo, embarrass the whole black race
yeah,
on national television. The black man could never do that.
right. You know, I
Never
ain't
do
never
that.
seen no brother crying over no white woman in all my years of watching any type of reality TV shows. You're not gonna see that. A brother gonna end up smashing. He gonna smash one of them chicks.
Oh
He'll move
yeah.
on to the next one. He'll move on to the next one, man. He ain't
Hey,
crying over no chick.
he might not get picked, but he did he did get licked. I give it to a brother. He gonna if there is a will, there's a way. He gonna get his rocks off, right?
Hey, I'm
And it
telling you,
better not
bro.
be it better not be no black guy on no TV show crying. I mean, Samara passed out. She was hallucinating.
Oh
She
shit.
needed she needed to be brought back to life. Like she blacked out. She could not believe, her preference, which
Mm-hmm.
which is white men,
Mm-hmm.
blonde hair, blue eyes, did not
Mm-hmm.
pick her in front of the world. That was totally, and she was dark skinned. And
Yeah.
you want to talk about colorism? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, man. It's we can see who are the real players in this colorism game.
I'm telling you, man, and some of them will say, well, white men like their dark skin, but then if they don't choose you now, it's because you're dark skinned. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
it doesn't make any sense because
Yeah,
they're accusing white men of being colorist. It's like,
yeah,
he pretty much just won his own. He's known for that.
yeah.
Like this isn't even up for debate anymore. You either need to be white or Asian. Yeah, he'll
Uh-huh.
date a black woman, but you need to be built like a white woman. Like
Mm.
this at this point, it's not even to debate that anymore. It is what it is.
Yeah, all that theatrics because you put white men on a pedestal for a long time, and they basically just gave you their ass to kiss. Like that had to hurt.
The people you worship and you look up to don't feel the same about you. Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah, and it hurt her. You know. But hold on, there's a guy in the chat room, kid. He's biracial and he's hurt as well. What did he say? What does guy Jay say? He said, I'm biracial and pro-black. You brothers are why black women don't date black men exclusively. Y'all dumb. Now, Jay could be a male or female, but we're just gonna go with your male, and you're hurt. He also said, you people are shaming black women for wanting a better life, then saying they hate black men because they have weave and have biracial children. This is why Black Lives Matter movement failed. No, that movement failed because it's ran by a bunch of lesbos and effeminate men, and is financed by a white Jew. So
I think that's a troll account. It's like, dude, do you like? Do you really feel that way? Like, fuck out of here with that shit. Like, see, these are the type of guys I block all the time. Like, they come through, man, and they want to argue. Like, man, I'm not arguing with you. I just did a 30-minute video. I'm not arguing with you. If you don't like what you hear, don't look at me. I do not care. Don't come to my channel crying over the way I feel. It's not up for discussion. Now, if you want to talk about what led me to feel this way, the events that happened in my life, then yeah, we can have a dialogue about that. But you trying to change my mind or my dialogue, man, you wasting your time.
I noticed that. It's just like with Tekashi 6ix9ine fans and like Drake fans. I'm not debating y'all. I want y'all off my channel. I don't want to talk to y'all. That's how fed up I am with you male groupies. I just boot.
But no, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You said Drake fans?
Like they're mad. Like I spoke about him and Pusha T's beef.
Okay.
And I was like, Pusha T got one. Then they want to come to me with all these numbers and how Drake got all these numbers and he's making this money. And I'm like, dude, but he didn't come back at him. Like I had a dude on Facebook who kept tagging me in posts about Drake album being #1 and how he's making all this money. I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit. Where's the comeback? Where's the comeback song? That's what I want. Where's the comeback song? Don't tell me these numbers. And you got the Tekashi 6ix9ine fans. These are people I don't want to talk to. This, you're gone. Like I don't want anything to do with any kind of conversation with you because you won't get it.
My issue with Drake is the blackface. I'm on record. I have like, listen, man, he should have been canceled for that. Like honestly, but unfortunately, Black America and America don't have any where you can be a Pusha T. You can Pusha T him. You can ether him, and he will still be relevant. I did a video. I said he will be even bigger after blackface because people don't hold you to your character. They don't care. They just want to hear it hit. It's like an artist. It's like an artist, and an artist is complaining about how long it took them to do a song. Well, I had to do that verse like 30 times before we got it right. They're like, listen, dude, I don't want to hear that shit. That song slap, it bang, play it. I don't want to hear how long that's how people are. They want product. They're like, I need that hit. I need that hit. I want that hit. I need something to work out to in the gym. I need something to listen to in the car. It's summertime. We're having fun. I need something I can, play while I'm having a party or a get together. They don't care. They don't care where it's coming from as long as it's made. That's the power of supply and demand. And now Drake's reputation has gotten to the point where he can knock up a prostitute. Like, bro, you knocked up a prostitute. And she was on World Star Hip Hop of all places.
Yeah.
Right? And you did blackface. You got ethered. And your album broke records by being streamed over 1 billion times.
Yeah.
So now it's like, I can't like, listen, man, I can't say nothing about the people.
Mm-hmm.
And to see black people doing the dance, the Kiki dance, I call it the blackface dance. Like, y'all doing the blackface dance.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. Like from what I understand, he paid this guy for this whole challenge, but the guy saying he didn't pay him, that Drake didn't pay him. But I think Drake paid you. Come on, man.
I don't think he paid him.
You don't think he paid him?
You remember Moji? Do you remember Moji put Drake on blast for stealing his song? And Moji ended up getting beat up, got really bad, lumped up by Drake's crew.
Yeah,
Drake have a history of not paying people. And when you look at Shiggy, he does too much smiling and grinning and bug dancing. I don't think he got paid. I do not think I think he's too dumb to get paid.
You think he loving the attention more than money?
Yep. That's what black people love the spotlight. They don't care. It's just like this Kylie Jenner situation. As far as her being an entrepreneur and she's self-made, she is self-made. Whether you say, well, she got a boost from her family, but she stayed in front of the camera. She milked it, right? So I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was thinking about something else and I lost my train of thought. That happens. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Talking about Kylie Jenner. You was talking about Kylie Jenner.
No, I know what I'm talking about, Kylie Jenner, but it was a point I was trying to make. It'll come back to me. Go ahead.
Okay, but yeah, it's like this guy Shiggy. Like, I seen a parody video he did with what he call himself? Fat Man SC something. Y'all gonna kill me about not knowing his name. But I'm following him on Instagram. I can't think of his name. But I see he did like a little parody video where a dude was trying to say what's up to him, and Shiggy kind of like had his bodyguards try to push the guy away. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dude, what music have you made? What movies you've been in? What TV shows you've been in? Dude, all you have is a dance, dude. And I'm like, so now you're a celebrity. You're feeling yourself. Where's the money? Like, what money are you making off of this? Like,
that's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah,
that's the point I was trying to make. Okay, it came back to me. Like, you had Kylie Jenner, and she created her own business. She took Instagram seriously. She said, I'm going to turn this into a business. When you have other people that's using it just for likes, right? They're using like Shiggy, using it just to be popular. What use of going on MTV, BET, maybe, giving an award, standing up in front of the audience and giving, let's just say Nicki Minaj, that whore, a award, right? What is the use of doing all of that and you're not being paid? So you're going to be known as the guy that created a dance and you didn't get paid. You're still in the hood. You know what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing. You created a dance that the world is doing, and you're not in a Rolls Royce.
Yeah. Nothing really to show for it. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing to show for it. Nothing. So it's like, bro, like, and Drake knows that. Drake knows. I mean, just the fact that the picture they took, and Drake had that serious look on his face. Yeah. And Shiggy is just smiling from ear to ear, man.
Yeah, Drake
is just disgusting.
Yeah. We don't. That's the thing. It's a lot of these guys, man. They get a couple followers, they get some attention. Women DMing them. They. That's all they want. Like they want that more than money. And you got guys like Drake. They take this in college gym. They take this shit serious. It's a business to them.
Listen, man, I kid you not. Number one, my if I created a dance and I end up now, I won't go to a club anyway. I won't be in a club. Isn't my thing, right? But if I invented a dance and it got popular and Drake was supposed to be at a club somewhere in Hollywood or Beverly Hills or something. I hear about it. I go to the club. Drake would not leave that club without two things: issuing me my check or a few lumps on his forehead. I will go viral lumping up Drake for stealing my stuff and making money. Like, there's some things that you don't do. You're not going to take. You're not going to. I don't need you to take a picture with me. I don't want a picture with you. I don't need you to say, okay, I'm going to give Shiggy or Kid credit because of this dance. Like, no, you're going to cut me that check. I don't want your credit. I'll take a picture with you after that check is cut. Your security team is going to have to literally pick me up off your ass.
And all he got
at 250K, your album was streamed over 1 billion times.
Yeah.
Right. So you have these people like these dumb BT executives where they say, "Oh wow, Shuggy, would you like to come sit front row with Russell Wilson?" He's dumbass. Yeah, hell yeah, you're damn skipper. Like, dude, where the money at?
Yeah. Paid appearances, dude. Make sure you hire a talent agency to get you some paid appearances, dude. Don't do this stuff for free.
Amen, dude. Amen. Because Shiggy is a prime example, and again, a year from now, Black, we're gonna see Shiggy, and he's still gonna be smiling, still living in the hood. Could have made X amount of money. He just thought, hey man, just showing up on a red carpet. Hey, did you see him on the red carpet at the ESPY Awards?
No, I didn't see him at the ESPYs. He was
shaking his ass on the carpet. Yeah, it was the ESPYs. Yes, buck dancing, shaking his ass. Like, dude, you a clown, dude.
I know he kind of like pushed Russell Wilson out of the way for a picture
with Sierra.
Yeah, I heard about that shit though. I'm like,
Sierra leveled up. She did level up. I give her that. She did.
Yeah, she did. She got her a Russell.
Yeah, but you know what? Russell Wilson is a good guy, though. I give him that. She got a good guy. He's a good guy, man.
Yeah, and he's a hard worker too. That works hard.
Yeah, and as long as she's gonna see, that's like a little fairy tale. How you're able to, I mean, and like I said, she's a minority. How she's able to, let's keep it a buck. She did sleep around, and in the end game, she was able to find someone to marry her, put a ring on her finger, and take care of her child.
Yeah, she did.
That she had by lean sipping Future.
It's kind of depressed. Future messing with other women's future.
Future did a video. Speaking of Future. Future did a video shoot in the hood in LA, right? And so my cousins went. And so they was like, they called me saying, hey, you go come down here. And I was like, no, I'm not being in no rap video, man. And so, it was so interesting. The video is, you probably seen it, Joe Moses. You heard of Joe Moses?
Joe Moses. I don't know if I'm too familiar with him.
Okay, so he got a song out with a Future. Future signed him. Future signed him or whatever. He got a song out with Future called I forgot anyway, but people love Future. Like seriously, Future can literally go anywhere. And he's like, I wouldn't call him a deadbeat father, because he has money, he could take care of his children. But I will say this, he's the type of guy that don't mind getting females pregnant. Like I believe he has 5 different baby mothers or something like that.
Yep.
And people love him. Like, people love him. Like, oh my gosh, Future's here. Let's go hang out. Like, I don't want to hang out with no guy that's sipping lean and talking about free bands all day. I don't want to hear that crap.
Yeah.
With free bands.
And he still messes around with his baby mothers from time to time to keep them from going back and forth to child support. I see his hustle.
But you know what? And that's one thing a lot of brothers do. Like Dwight Howard, doesn't he have about 4 or 5 kids?
I think he got about 6 or 7 now.
Yeah, they just what's his name? Paul George. He got a stripper pregnant. Did you remember that?
Yep.
Like, damn, y'all knocking up strippers. Again, back to Drake. He knocked up a world star hip hop prostitute.
Yeah. A woman we've all seen naked. Yeah.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian. Hey, but you know what? Hey, but you know what? Black. Like honestly, with the Kim Kardashian thing, like brothers could actually call Kim Kardashian out, but the fact that Rob Kardashian got a pass for knocking up Thought China is like, okay, you know?
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't see him as a success. That's probably why they kind of give him a pass.
But he's still a Kardashian.
Yeah, he's a Kardashian. And he's basically going to be taking care of Black China and babysitting while she's off dating 18-year-olds.
Yeah, get him young. And what do you think about Keisha Cole dating young black men? What do you think about this trend?
Yo, I think she got a type, man. She look at Boobie Gibson. She dated Bow Wow. Look at the dude she with. She like them young looking, waves in the hair, kind of dark skinned guys. And I just think that she just likes dating guys who remind her of the dude she dated in high school.
And so do you think they just like do you think that the reason why they go young like that is because they want to control the relationship or control him, or
she wants to control
or groom him how they want him to the way they want him to be, groom him to be that beta male simp?
Yeah, kind of both, because she can control him and kind of mold him into the man she wants him to be, so he won't leave. But has that worked before?
And see, you got these black guys out here. You got these brothers out here that they'll do anything for some ass. And Keisha Cole is an attractive woman. I'm not gonna lie, but Keisha Cole has been passed around. I'm not trying to go behind Young Jeezy.
And Birdman, you get what I'm saying? Sandusky.
Oh, Birdman too?
Yeah, she fought this girl she caught Birdman with.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, in Birdman, I don't want to go behind Young Jeezy, Snow, and Mr. What is it? Mr. 3.5, and Birdman, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a Birdman. Yeah.
So when you 22 years old, it's like you're thinking like, it's Keisha Cole, and she's pretty, so why not? But not knowing that, and like I said, when he gets older, he's going to start critically thinking more, and that relationship isn't going to last. Hopefully, if she doesn't mold him into that beta male simp that she ultimately wants.
Yeah, and that's what she's trying to do. But I mean, there's just too much social media, and there's just too many people that's gonna be in his ear that's gonna be like, dude, man, don't wife this chick up. You know what I'm saying? Don't get her pregnant. She lied about, I guess she was caught herself lying about being pregnant. So hopefully he dodged the bullet, because dude, you don't want to get caught up in that whirlwind, dude. You're already 22. You got a lot of life left in front of you. You just need to date for a little while and hit the road, because don't get caught up in that, man. All that drama that she can bring.
Well, that's the problem. No one is in his ear. That's the problem. No one is in his ear. And again, dude, Keisha Cole is actually attractive. So, I mean, there's not, regardless. Listen, let's just keep it a buck. Regardless of who she laid with, she can lay up with pretty much any black man she wants, because a lot of black men do see her as attractive. But that's different than actually getting married, engaged to her. Like, you don't want to marry her, like date her, like maybe bend her over, maybe, if you want to. But as far as a relationship, no, not Keisha Cole. See, and I'm just speaking for me and brothers like me, because I don't like women who've been around. I don't like women who have a lot of miles on them. I mean, of course, you're not going to get this, version and all this perfect girl. I understand that, but at least get someone who doesn't have the resume Keisha Cole has.
Yeah. That's what Bow Wow did. Bow Wow hit it, and he dashed, and allegedly she keyed up his car. He's saying she
Bow
did.
Bow Wow hit that too.
Yeah, Bow Wow.
God damn.
It was low key. It was real quick because he accused her of vandalizing his car when he broke up with her.
Like you know you have no standards if you you allow Bow Wow to get on top of you. Like wow, like she went from Bow Wow to Jeezy to Birdman to a oh boy she had a baby by. He was an NBA player, but he spent the majority of his career on the bench.
Yeah. Bobby Gibson.
One of his highlights was a 30-point game. Dude came in.
Just 30 points. Just 30 points.
Yeah, dude. Dude had a lot of layups. So.
Oh man, yeah, that's her dating life. She could do better, but some chicks don't want to do better, man.
But see, you can use her. Just like not use her. Well, yeah, you can. Like you can use that as a way or a storyline to show what actually goes on with women of Black America, how they go from man to man, and how they deliberately choose these young men or these beta males, and then when it all goes wrong, they blame them. So this is the prime example right here.
Yeah, and it would always be our fault why the relationships don't work.
Correct. You see it right here, Jay. You see it right here. She's deliberately picking wide. I mean, I forgot his name. Young Almighty. I've actually said.
His name is Young. Is it Almighty J? Young Almighty. It's YBN Almighty J. I keep saying Young. It's YBN Almighty J. I think that's his name. Yeah.
Have you heard his music?
No, I haven't.
You don't need to. He's horrible, and so but it's a market for everything. You can be horrible nowadays, right? Because people are people are making money off of their lives on social media. Like look at the NBA. It's not just basketball anymore. Look how people are engaged. Because of the off-season moves, LeBron's lifestyle, watching his sons play basketball. People are watching the off-season moves also. So you don't have to be a great rapper. Just put your life on display. You rent you a couple of Lamborghinis, Bentleys, throw on some of that jewelry, and ride around with Black China, and you're going to get paid. People are going to come to your show. It's just that simple.
Yeah, and that's what's going on now with reality TV. You got all these people who claim to be musicians and making music, but no, that's part of your reality TV show storyline. You're not in the studio doing nothing.
Jay, would you do a reality TV show if some producers hit you like, "Hey, bro, we want to put you in it"? Would you do it?
I don't think I could do it. I said I could do a traveling show, but I couldn't do no reality. Like, because I know I'm gonna have to read lines and I'm gonna have to pretend like I'm gonna fight somebody or I'm sleeping with somebody's wife. Like, I don't know if I'm up for all that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, man. But kid, I'm gonna let you go, man. We was on this thing for an hour or so. I can't tell right now, but like I said, I appreciate you coming through, man. And anything else you want to add before we?
I'm done, man. Everyone, just enjoy your week. I'm done. Hey, Jay, appreciate you, man. Be good.
All right, man. Shout out to Kid. Make sure y'all go subscribe. The link to his channel is in the description. I'm putting it in the chat room as well. This was a hell of a show. Shout out to all the super chatters and everybody who subscribed. Some of the new people here, the people who support both of us, and maybe get together and do this again. All right.
Yeah, man. All right, Jay. Be good. Peace.
All right, you too, bro.